Hey, I'm Michael Savant. I'm back here with Numark to talk to you a little bit more about the 4TRAK. You might recognize me from my 4TRAK overview video. If you do, welcome back. If not, shame on you. Go watch it. All right, so we're going to talk a little bit about the FX Command Console and dive a little bit deeper into what the 4TRAK can do in terms of effects. Okay, across the top of the unit, there's 12 knobs, 4 of which are dedicated filter knobs, which I'll show you what they do right now. Okay, so there's a button for each knob that turns it on and off. We're going to turn this one on first, and I'll show you. It's a high-pass filter and a low-pass filter. So like I said, there's 4 knobs across the top. Each one of them coincides with the channel there right above. And you have a filter that's separate from the effects unit for each of the channels. Okay, moving on. On the left side here, we have 3 knobs. These 3 knobs right here can control the parameters of each effect. You can use up to 6 effects at once, split into 2 groupings. This first grouping on the left, we'll go over right now. So the effects mix actually controls how much of the effect you use or the volume of the effect. We're going to turn it all the way up here. Now there's 2 different ways to select an effect within Traktor software. The first is by using a mouse right here, and you click and you can select which one you want to use. We're going to select a filter. If you're like me and you don't want to keep reaching over when you're playing, you don't want people to be like, oh, look at that guy checking his email. They actually made it so you can push this button here and you turn the knob and you can select which effect you want from here, which is great. It's also awesome if you want to change effects on the fly, because like I said, you can assign all 6 effects to each knob. You can also assign the same effect 2, 3, 4, 6 times. So if you wanted the filter effect over 6 knobs, I don't know why you'd want that, but you could. Okay, so we have the filter here, and then we're going to turn it on by these 2 buttons right here. The button on the left is dedicated to the left side, and the right on the right side. Pretty convenient. So the one on the left, we're going to push it, and it's going to turn this grouping of filters on. We'll make sure that the effects mix is turned all the way up, and we'll select the filter. Now the difference between this filter and that filter in sound, there is none. But the filters within the effects groups themselves, you can actually chain these together with other ones, whereas these guys right here are always standalone, which is great because you can have an effects chain running, and then you turn this filter on right here, and you can add a filter on top of it, separate from everything else. All right, so we're going to jump to a part of the track right here. My cue point set. All right, and I'll show you the filter. High pass, low pass, same deal. So that's that guy. I have all the effects laid out, one of each, so I can show you what they do. Here's the gator, which controls the volume. Now, one thing that's important to point out is that I have this track, the beat grid is set on it. The track is analyzed perfectly, and the effect itself is actually on beat with the track. It's very important that you do this, because if not, the gator or the reverb or any other effect you use is not going to work with the track. So here it's nice and fluid. We're going to get a little bit more into beat grading on another video, so you can see my happy face again. All right, now we're going to show you the reverb. Reverb's a great effect for builds, with really a lot of drama in the track. All right, so that's the left side. Moving over to the right side, you want to make sure you disengage this side. Turn this one on. All right, the first one I'll show you is the delay. Delay as well is very important that you have the track properly beat gridded. All right. The next one is the beat masher. This is actually my favorite. We're going to switch tracks real quick because I love using this effect on some vocals. So here we go. All right, so we're going to mash up the vocals. It's It's very important to turn on the effects on the left here. So we're going to hit the right button. All right, we'll grab a vocal snippet. All right, and the final one is the flanger. So the flanger is split into bars. You have 16 bars that you start with. Then it just brings it up less and less. Gets a little quicker. All right, so those are all your effects right there. As I said, you can chain effects together. So if you wanted to take a couple from this side and a couple from this side, or all 6 and make a great big effects chain, you definitely could. All right, so we're gonna turn the left effects on. And let's see, we'll add a little bit of filter in there, notch it up a little bit. We're gonna add the gator. There you go. A little bit of reverb. All right, now we're gonna turn the right set of effects on. Add some delay in there. You can even add the filter in there. So there you have it, the FX Command Console and all the Traktor built-in effects.